When you have this man in your rotation, boy, it is Sunday to watch a ball game, and we get that pleasure today. Johnny Cueto's on the mound. Glad you could be with us. 2K Sports Major League Baseball. The Great American Ballpark, a hitter's yard. That's where we are. And Steve, as he gets going against these San Diego bats, what are we going to see from him?
This lineup should not be much of a problem for this righty on the mound today. He has some of the best stuff in the game, one of the elite pitchers. He should be able to go through them easily and retire outs.
Now we have a moment to take a look at the lineup for the Padres. Scouting, Big John, who are we looking at today?
Well, Cameron Maybin's finally starting to live up to those expectations of when he came out of high school in the draft. A guy who had a lot of potential, speed, power. It's now starting to catch up. Once he diminishes his strikeouts a little more than what he does and makes more contact, the sky's the limit athletic-wise for Cameron Maybin.
Leading off.
And it's Will Venable leading off the game.
For the San Diego Padres, right fielder, number 25, Will Venable.
He swings on that 0-0 delivery, misses the fastball. Strike one. 4 hits, 5 at bats, lifetime off Cueto. Line drive left of the bag and foul. Big swing and a miss on a heater. Strike him out, one down.
This pitch is too close to take, but you've got to try to make contact with it. Swings right through it. Strike 3.
The Reds defensively are going to look like this.
Now within their division, it's the highest ranked defensive team. They make the plays, and it really is one of the things that distinguishes them from the rest of the competition.
Hit in the dirt. Picked up by Phillips. 2 away.
The San Diego Padres, center fielder, number 24,
Cameron Maybin gets to swing now. There are 2 away. He's gone 2 for 3 lifetime off Cueto. Sliders in there for a called strike.
He has great bite on this slider, throwing it down and into the hitter. Gets away with one, and he gets in for the strike.
That's a strike. That's going to take it to 0-2. Cameron Maybin now. He'll get a little closer to the plate.
Well, the hitter's got to protect the outer part of the plate right here, down 0-2.
Fastball swung out and missed, and the side's retired. And a good half inning there, gone in short order in this one. And first chance coming up for the Reds.
now batting for the Cincinnati Reds.
Corey Luebke is the pitcher. He's starting the game for San Diego. And Steve, as he gets into the Cincinnati lineup, what are we expected to see?
Well, Corey Luebke on the mound, secondary pitches are going to be very important for him. Doesn't have the overpowering fastball, so he has to command his breaking stuff and throw it for strike one sometimes to keep the hitters off balance.
Bottom half of the first inning underway. It's an 0-1 count.
Well, that's some kind of pitching. You set up the target on the outside corner, and he paints the black with it. Awfully tough when you have that kind of location.
There's a swing, a high bouncer towards the hole. And Hudson picks it up. And so Phillips retired.
Shortstop, number 2.
Let's check out the lineup Dusty Baker's put together for this ball game. Thoughts, John? Anybody stand out?
Well, keep an eye on Drew Stubbs, one of the most exciting players in the game today. Big guy. He has power. He has speed. He has the ability to be a 30-30 guy. If he can cut back on his strikeouts and make contact a little more consistently, his numbers are going to go through the roof.
fouled off. Here's the pitch. There's a swing, line drive, center field. That falls in, first hit of the ball game. He's going to try and test him here. Take this chance to check out the Padres and their defense. John, keeping an eye on anyone?
Anytime the old dog's on the field, you got to watch him. Orlando Hudson. I mean, this guy is another highlight reel. On the same page to me as Brandon Phillips. They can do a lot of exciting things, especially when he goes back on pop-ups. He is a joy to watch. You see so many plays he makes, looking like a wide receiver, going for balls thrown over their head in the end zone. That's what O-Dog can do on pop-up to the shallow outfield.
He goes right with the pitch and slaps the ball in the left field.
And if you try and pull that pitch, you're probably not even going to get the bat on it.
It's a ground ball to second base if he pulls that one.
Chance to drive in a run for Jay Bruce.
Well, you can see it coming with the way he ended 2010. 2011, though, another outstanding year from Jay Bruce, showing a lot of power.
Slider swung on and missed. 0-1. There's a lot of talk about exactly how good Bruce would be before last season. He did not let those who believed down. 32 home runs for him.
Well, that puts him in elite company right there. Anytime you hit 30 home runs, you're a legitimate power bat. And I think he's just going to keep getting better and better as he becomes more selective at the plate. Now he's surrendered 3 straight hits. He's got to bounce back and get this guy. He needs an out.
And it's Scott Rowland in the box now. Steve, we talk about game-turning situations. This is one of them.
No question about that. Things can change completely right here.
First pitch was a strike. 0-1 now.
Despite struggling in a lot of different areas, the one place the Padres didn't struggle all that much, against the NL Central, at least they had a winning record.
Not in time to Alonso. They couldn't turn 2.
Well, you always feel really good when you can drive in a run for your team, but especially in the first inning, it sets the tone for the rest of the game.
Here's a chance at an RBI for Drew Stubbs. As we said about San Diego's winning record against the Central, it was only 19-18, but hey, that's a success.
And listen, you know what? Some pretty good teams in the Central as well. With the year that the Brewers and Cardinals and Reds all battling, some depth of talent there, so good news for the Padres.
And Votto comes in to score.
Now batting.
Now pitcher making a mistake right here, leaving it right over the heart of the plate. He squares it up, drives it, good contact at the plate to drive in a run.
Most of those kind of pitches are going to get hit. That's an RBI nod. And Heisey's got the bat ready to go. Steve, we've seen them continue to charge it up at the plate, and it doesn't look like they're going to be stopped.
Well, it's a nice job here, jumping out in front early. Getting that production really helps change the strategy of the game, changes the pitches and the at-bats.
The slider swung on and missed, struck him out, side gone. Great offense early. First inning sees the first 2 runs of this game. The Reds on top, 2-0. Lead of the lineup coming to the plate.
Coming to bat for the San Diego Padres.
Leading it off, Carlos Quentin.
Number 20, Carlos Quentin.
And swinging and a miss on Cueto's pitch. 0-1.
I have to go out of the strike zone here on the 0-1 count. He tends to be very aggressive here. See if you can't get him to chase.
Quentin makes contact. That'll be a foul ball. Big swing, misses on the changeup, struck him out, went away.
Check out the movement on this on K-Cam. It clocks in at 85 miles per hour.
Great job of mixing speeds. Changeup there.
Well, it looked like he almost popped his elbow out of place trying to swing at that pitch. Boy, was his timing thrown for a loop.
And we've got Alonso now batting.
The Reds played as well against the National League West last season as they did against any other division. They won 18 of the 32 games against the West Coasters.
And Cueto's pitch looked at for a strike, 0-1. That Reds record against the West certainly inflated by the work they did against the Giants, Steve.
That's right, a 5-2 record against the Giants, but most impressive, they beat up that Giants pitching staff, outscoring them 37-14 in the series.
Taps this one foul to the right. This one popped towards the outfield. That'll be in shallow center. And that will retire Alonso. That's 2 gone. And we're going to see Hundley here. A solid 357 lifetime off Cincinnati.
And it doesn't really matter which pitcher they tried out there, Gary. He loves hitting off every one of them.
And this is bounced foul to the left side. Strike 2, Cueto on the mound. He can waste a couple if he needs to.
Well, the hitter's dug himself a pretty deep hole right here. Let's see if he can battle himself out of it.
Slider swung on and missed. Struck him out. That's going to retire the side. Nobody left on base. No runs or hits here in this half inning. The Padres unable to get on the board.
For the Cincinnati Reds.
Trying to stay in the shade? Well, that's what you got to do on afternoons like this. Wear your hat, put that sunscreen on. It's a baseball weather day. And we've got Hannigan here standing in. He's going to start the second for the home team. 0-1 the count. Getting going here in the bottom of the second. Well, it's keeping up with the hit trends in this one. Let's take a look at the pitches that he's thrown on the mound that have been put in play.
This guy's four-seamer's been hit 3 times here already in the early goings.
Well, that fastball is definitely not fooling this lineup. It's still early on. He's got the time to adjust, but it needs to happen now.
Fastball swung out and missed. Struck him out, one away.
You've got to have better plate discipline than that. With 2 strikes, you need to be defensive and try to make contact. But when you get a fastball, you need to read whether it's a strike or not.
Cueto in the box now. That's a foul ball. The pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball, second out in the inning.
Well, that one's as straight as a string. Just registered 91 on the gun.
Here's Brandon Phillips, 2 down. Second lifetime AB, looking to go 1 for 2 with a hit off Lupke. And the first pitch. Swings at that fastball and misses. 0-1.
Well, that's what you like to see. Power going against power. That 2-seamer with great movement, and the batter swinging for the fences. The pitcher won this battle.
Swung on and hit. Maben ready. And that's out number 3. And they are retired in short order. Good defensive half inning. Up next, it'll be the Padres.
At the plate, for the San Diego
Leadoff hitter Orlando Hudson. He'll take his cuts here.
Orlando Hudson.
Swings and misses the slider. 0-1. Oh, and 1. Cueto kicks and delivers. Strike 2. Hudson. He's a contact hitter here in this count.
Well, with a couple strikes on him, Gary, I'm going to go right at him with a slider now. He struggles with that pitch.
Here's a swing and a ground ball. And Phillips picks it up. One away now. And we've got Bartlett batting.
We always knew that Johnny Cueto had great stuff, but he didn't think he'd be able to put it all together so quickly. That's what happened, though, in 2011, as he was just very, very special on the mound.
Slider swung on and missed. 0-1. Cueto had only 24 starts. Well, what an ERA, 2.31. If he can keep that through 30-plus starts, it'll really be something.
You know, think about it. He didn't get a lot of run support either. And you think if he didn't miss some time early in the season, he might have been in consideration for the Cy Young Award.
There's a ground ball. And Phillips picks it up. So Bartlett is retired.
Nice, easy, soft ground ball to second. Doesn't have any trouble at all with that one. And retires him at first base.
And Lupke will settle into the batter's box. He's got his first look in this one. Pitch on the way. Swung, ground ball to short. Cozart. Throw in the dirt. He is safe at first.
Diego right fielder, number 25.
And Venables batting.
Venables.
Lifetime average 319 off the Reds. Now the first pitch. Cut on and missed as he was loading up. 0-1.
But what an unbelievable pitch right there. He starts it off the plate, and he breaks it back over the outside corner of the plate. That's a backdoor slider. What a devastating pitch.
And out. Pitcher makes a nice play at first base.
That was a nice play. Saw the opportunity at first. Didn't waste any time getting over. That's the key. Beat the runner to the bag.
Good hustle off the mound. We've seen this before. Another solid inning. Johnny Cueto. He continues to dominate through 3 innings of work. With the top of the third over, we'll move on to the home half of the inning.
For the Cincinnati Reds.
And we've got Cozart batting. He got things going earlier on. First at bat, he got a single off Lupke.
You know, he could be sitting on that 4-seam fastball this time again, just waiting for that pitch, setting him up to try to drive another one.
And that strike starts the third inning here, an 0-1 count. Couldn't pull the trigger in time. He's behind 0-2. That one goes foul. And he fouls off another one.
Well, you're told with an 0-2 count to spread out your stance and to choke up on the bat so you can put the ball in play. Better control of the bat, and that's what he did right there. That 0-2 pitch, just barely getting enough of it to put it in foul territory so he can continue this at bat.
Here's the slider coming right at you in K-Camp. Get a better look at that.
And it's Joey Votto at the plate, 1 away. Singled and scored his last time around. And here's the first one. There's a swing and a ground ball. That'll bring up Jay Bruce.
Well, a good piece of hitting right there with 1 out. Now let's see what they can do with him now that they've got a man on first. When Jay Bruce came up, we knew he had a chance to be a big-time power guy. Well, it's starting to come about right now. Learning his swing, learning the pitchers. Jay Bruce is going to be a middle-of-the-lineup guy for the remainder of his career.
He's picked up a 1-for-1 so far. Success today against Lupke.
You know, if I'm in the box, I'm looking for a fastball. I'm going to try to be aggressive when I get it. But I have to understand that because I got the hit, he may not throw it for a strike and try to get me to chase. So I need to be patient.
So they can't make the play.
Well, listen, it's all about advancing base runners in the game. You got to make plays defensively, but that error cost him, and it came out of his hand wrong, and the ball sailed on him.
Another foul ball, and Bruce goes deeper into the count.
Well, even though you're in the defensive mode like this batter is, there's still no guarantee you're not.
There's one on the ground. There's Headley. And that gets down. That should bring home Votto. And it's up against the wall. And Votto comes in to score.
At the plate for the Cincinnati Reds.
Now, he has no business swinging at this 0-2 pitch. It's out of the strike zone, but he's thinking, I have to protect. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
And that pitch was really away. I mean, that's a ball. Chance to drive in a run now for Scott Rowland. So the direction here, Steve, for this lineup, just stay in charge. Right now they are.
That last hit puts a little bit more daylight in this lead right now, Gary. They keep tacking on early.
Not a comfortable lead yet, but it's an early statement.
Well, it's a statement that says, you know what? We're going to score some runs for our guy and putting pressure on the opposition's offense.
There's a ground ball. Oh, and he bobbles this thing. But he stays with it. Gets the out. That's how you do it.
At the plate for the Cincinnati Reds. Center fielder, number 6.
So Drew Stubbs will try and keep it going. Let's take a look here and see what his approach is against these hitters on the first pitch.
Talk about the importance of first pitch strikes. Well, this shows you here. He's retired 6 hitters in this game after he's throwing a first pitch strike.
Here's the pitch. Good eye by Drew Stubbs. Stays away, and it evens the count.
Well, that's just some good old country hardball right there. Four-seam fastball up in the zone.
Hit foul by Stubbs. That is strike 3. Stubbs, he didn't even get a hack as he's done. So they score once on 2 hits, 1 man left. Cincinnati up 3.
Now coming back for the San Diego
It's Chase Headley to lead it off. 0 for 1 thus far.
7, Chase Headley.
And starts him out here. A shot up the middle. And the play made by Phillips.
Gary, he just continues to mow this lineup down. We're talking about 11 hitters in a row retired.
It's Maben at the plate.
Well, what a breakout year for Cameron Maben in 2011. He established himself as a talent with the bat and in the field in his move to San Diego.
And Cueto's pitch looked at for a strike, 0-1. In Maben, you have outstanding speed, always a factor. And for the Padres in the ballpark they play in, that can really make a difference, John, in games.
Yeah, they can't just build their team around one aspect of the game. If they are, it better be speed. But Cameron Maben can bring a little more element to the game. Hitting in the third spot, most third hitters aren't great base stealers. Cameron Maben has the ability to steal 40 bases a year.
Swing and a miss. 3 strikes on Cameron Maben. He's down.
I just don't think you can make it any easier than that.
3 pitches, up, down, see you later. He's already back at the bench. Carlos Quentin at the plate with 2 away. Let's take a look here at how he's been mixing up his pitches so far in this game.
Well, look at his pitch count. I mean, he's thrown too many two-seam fastballs.
You know, guys, the pitch I think he could actually use a bit more is that cutter. Get some movement on it. Let the hitter think it's a fastball and then run it off the center of the bat. I think that would be very effective here.
Strike 2. Now with no balls, 2 strikes. Quentin needs to protect that strike zone.
Look, they haven't scored or gotten a hit, and we're in the 4th inning right now. And they've got to really reconsider their approach at the plate as we move through the lineup the second time around.
Quentin makes contact. That'll be a foul ball. Big swing and a miss. Carlos Quentin goes down swinging. Well, through 4 now. They haven't been able to touch him.
Well, he's in complete and total control out there, executing his plan.
Reds still on top.
Now
We got the bottom 3 in the lineup due up.
the Cincinnati Reds.
And Heisey's got the bat ready to go.
Number 28.
Now let's take a moment here. Let's look at the pitches that this pitcher has thrown outside the strike zone to get the hitters to chase. John, Steve, how's he doing?
Well, it's been a really nice job on the mound for him so far, getting a lot of strikeouts because he's getting pitches on the edges of the plate, and the hitters just can't seem to catch up.
Well, the great thing about watching his performance today is, yes, he's getting a lot of outs on his out pitches, but it's the pitches that set up that pitch beforehand that has made him successful today.
There's a swing and a liner towards the gap in left field. And it's through into the gap. Should be extra bases. And he pulls into second base. That will be a double. Boy, I don't know on that count, Steve. Number one, the fact that he swung's kind of a surprise. I don't know how he hit that where he was.
You're right. On an 0-2 count, you have to protect the plate. Sometimes it's
up the middle. Oh, man, was that close. That was right back at him. Somehow he got out of the way. Throw one to first in time. One away.
Well, he got him over. Not exactly the way you want to do it. You prefer you hit the ball to the right side, but at least able to advance the runner. Now on third base with less than 2 outs, a sac fly.
This one's pretty well hit to deep left center. 2 down. Here comes the runner for the plate. And the throw. A run comes home.
Well, this is how you help yourself as a major league pitcher. You drive in runs. He knew he had to make contact. He got the job done.
And it's Brandon Phillips at the plate. Just one player picking up after another, Steve. This is a good offensive show going on, and they're climbing the ladder with it.
That last hit puts a little bit more daylight in this lead right now, Gary. They keep tacking on early.
Hit on the ground. Picked up by Hudson. He'll throw on to first, and that'll do it for this half inning. So Corey Lupke heads to the dugout. He's trailing in this one after allowing 4 runs in 4 innings.
Stepping up to the plate.
And if you were just tuning in, hi, Gary Thorne along with John Kruk, Steve Phillips. We bring you Major League Baseball on 2K Sports. And we've got Alonso now batting. Line towards third and foul. And it goes foul. Foul! Here's the pitch. Good cutter. Swung on and missed for the first out.
A good sequence of pitches right there, using location and selection to get the strikeout.
And we're going to see Hundley here. Steve, let's take a look at his pitching performance.
How's this righty doing it? Well, he's getting a lot of ground ball outs, and it's because...
Towards the middle. Picked up by Phillips. Retiring Hundley. We are still in the 5th, but boy, is he impressive so far.
Well, they can't touch anything he offers. He's just getting them out.
Hudson into the batter's box. He's 0 for 3 for his career off Johnny Cueto. And here's the first one. That one on the ground, played by Votto. And he will take it himself for the out. What an individual effort. And a 1-2-3 inning for Johnny Cueto. And he has hitters all figured out. No hit so far. And it'll be the Reds coming up next. Batters 2 through 4 coming right up. And we've got Cozart batting. Things have gone pretty good for him today. A couple of at-bats. One of those ending up with a hit off Lupke.
Well, I struck out on the slider last time. I got to believe he's going to see a healthy diet of sliders during this at-bat.
And if I'm the pitcher, I'm going right back to that pitch until he proves he can drive it.
Boy, that one is stung up the middle. And it gets through. Not bad. 2 for 3 today. That's going to bring Joey Votto up.
Well, that's the start this team needed. Get that first guy in the inning up, get him on base, and let's see if they can bring him around to score.
A great electrifying batter. Look for the long ball. And he starts him out. That swung on, hit on the ground. And he cannot come up with it. That will bring a big opportunity to Jay Bruce.
Right fielder.
And taking a look here, the pitch types that he's thrown today that have yielded hits.
Well, his fastball's been put in play, and that two-seamer's been hit several times in this game.
You know, with the hits he's gotten off that pitch you mentioned, John, it's not
Hit up the middle. He picks it up over to second for one. And they get it. They turn two. Execution on that 6-4-3.
You have to have body control around the bag. Great acrobatic turn by the second baseman. Outstanding job.
And Scott Rowland's looking to drive in something. 2 outs, a runner 90 feet from scoring at third. There's a ground ball. And Bartlett picks it up. Throws to first, side is retired. They get a man to third, but can't bring him home. Reds 4, San Diego nothing. That is Jason Bartlett to lead us off.
Number 8, Jason Bartlett.
The first pitch. First pitch is a slider in there, 0-1.
Look here, as we move through the middle part of this ball game right now, they just cannot mount any offense at all. No hits. And I'll tell you what, this pitcher is just shutting them down.
Here's a swing and a ground ball. And that's out number 1, stepping on the bag. Well, you got a long way to go, but folks, here in the 6th, no one has been able to touch him.
A very impressive effort so far. You wonder if it's in his mind right now if he's smelling that no-hitter.
And Lupke will settle into the batter's box. Swings, lines this one back up the middle, and it gets down. Whoa. He gave a pitch that time, allowing the opposing pitcher to get on base. You hate that.
Well, you know what? I've seen better swings in a park, but the pitcher able to pick up a base hit right there. And, hey, nothing like helping yourself.
And Venables batting. Cueto kicks and throws. Swings and misses the slider. 0-1. Well, when you put a game together like we've seen here from this pitcher, it only comes with throwing a lot of quality strikes. Here's how he's getting it done.
Yeah, and I've been impressed with how he's used the inner and outer parts of the strike zone. Very effective in getting a lot of strikes on these hitters.
You know, it's been difficult for the hitters to center it because he hasn't thrown the ball over the middle portion of the plate, keeping it on the corner.
Slider swung on and missed. 2 down.
Well, Gary, that's an outstanding slider. That great late action. With 2 strikes, not much you can do with that one. Tough one to hit.
Now with 2 away, a chance for Chase Headley. Lined out last time up. Here's the first pitch. And he offers at the circle change and misses. 0-1. Lifetime numbers 5 for 9 off Johnny Cueto. He deals. That's a strike. It'll be 0-2. Chase Headley at the plate behind on the count.
There's 2 quick strikes. Now he's ahead 0-2. Let's see if he goes out of the zone to see if he can get the hitter to chase.
That one is hit well. Stubbs there. And he's not able to get there. Good offensive chance here.
You know, most of the time a pitch on the outside part of the plate is a very good pitch, but not to this hitter. He loves to get those long arms extended, and he drove that one.
It's Maben at the plate. Struck out swinging his last time up. 2 men on and 2 men out. And starts him out here. That one's too low. Cueto missing.
Well, he missed with the first pitch, so I bet he's going to come back with the fastball right here, as he's done in the past.
Ready with a 1-0. That catches the inside part of the plate. 1-1.
Now he has great rotation on his breaking ball right here, and he hits the perfect spot. The hitter just gave up on it.
That one taken by Maben. It's a strike. And here's Cueto's 1-2 offer. It's taken by Maben inside.
Well, with 2 strikes, I'm going to go with the changeup. Pull the string on it, get him off balance, and get a swing and a miss.
Cueto kicks and throws. Maben makes contact. That is fouled off. Got him. And he has just been magnificent through 6. Still got outs to get, Steve, but he's in this one.
Now, Gary, he's got his great stuff and his great location.
So they're shut down again. That's 6 shutout innings so far. Cincinnati still hosting this shutout.
Number 6.
Looking ahead, 6, 7, 8. They're due up. And we've got Stubbs here. He'll lead it off. Home half. We're in the 6th. Swings on that first pitch. Misses the fastball. 0-1. Looking to do a little better this time. He got called out on strikes against Lupke.
Well, he just locked him up on the 2-seam fastball the last time. He must have been.
He makes contact. Line drive. And it gets down. That's hit number 2, making good contact.
Now batting.
0-1 mistake right here. He throws it over the heart of the plate, and he pays for it.
Chris Heisey.
And Heisey's got the bat ready to go. He doubled and later scored in his last go-around. And he starts him out. And the pitch out. Nothing doing that time. Oh, he has thrown it away. Safe all around. At the belt, the 1-0. Slider waved at, missed, 1-1.
But with the swing like that, there's no wonder why he's getting sliders right there. Tough pitch to hit out of the ballpark, but give the hitter credit. He's trying to do it anyway.
The 1-2 on its way. And another foul ball. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss on a heater. Strike him out, 1 down. Take a look down there in the bullpen. They've got a lefty up and throwing.
Well, I don't see him coming in just yet. I mean, with a righty in the on-deck circle, I don't think that's the matchup they want.
And we've a line drive towards the hole. Play is made.
Now batting for the Cincinnati Reds. Pitcher.
And we've got Cueto batting. Last time up, he drove in a run with a sac fly. Stubbs, the runner at first. Line drive fouled off towards first. Here's the delivery. And he got good wood up the middle. Throws on to first. Side is retired. No runs on a hit, and they'll strand him. Up next, it'll be the Padres. Cleanup batter due up next.
Now up to the plate.
Leading it off, Carlos Quentin. In his last at-bat, struck out swinging against Cueto.
Well, he swung right over the slider the last time up, and you better believe that when he gets 2 strikes.
Here's a swing and a fly ball. That's 1 away.
Now, no runs so far, and he's been able to make every pitch he needs to neutralize some of these big bats. Getting the job done. He looks like he's feeling good.
And we've got Alonso now batting. Struck out swinging last time. And swinging and a miss on Cueto's pitch. 0-1.
He's really only held him to 2 hits so far today, Gary. So he's been on top of his game out there. He's made it look easy, and you know it could possibly be a day the bullpen doesn't have to get used and can get some rest.
A swing and a foul off to the right side. And he got him. Strike 3. And now with 2 outs in the 7th. The question is, can he keep this going?
Now, you know what? It's different for every guy, but from what we see today, he is locked in, dominating stuff, and he looks strong.
And we're going to see Hundley here. 0 for 2 thus far. And the first pitch. Strike 1. And Cueto's pitch looked at for a strike. 0-1. And here's a swing and a miss, and he falls behind 0-2. Strike 3. Man, oh man, is he on a roll on the mound, Steve.
You can tell by his eyes he's completely locked in right now and in absolute control.
So they can't figure anything out, and through 7 they remain without a run.
Now up to the plate.
No runs yet for San Diego. It'll be the leadoff man trying to get things going here. And it's Brandon Phillips now. He's going to get things going here. Home half, 7th inning. Down the line in right. And this is a fair ball heading towards the corner. Pulls into second with that double, so he's in scoring position now with nobody out.
Shortstop. Number 2, Zach Cozart.
Well, great hitters get hits at just the right time. And this double right here with no one down is a nice leadoff hit to get the offense rolling early here in this inning.
Cozart is the batter. Had a base hit his last time up. 2 for 3 thus far. Can't wait long enough for that one, and he starts out with a strike.
The hardest pitch to hit a home run on is that sinker ball. Why he's swinging that hard, who knows?
Outside for a ball, 1-1. Runs up to bunt, gets this one down. Hundley. That's one out.
Now up to the plate.
Well, that's outstanding bat control right there. He catches the ball on the bat, lays the bunt down nicely.
Art of bunting has gone away in large part in this game, but not there.
Boy, managers love these types of role players.
With a run standing just 90 feet away, Joey Votto up. Reached on an error his last time around. He won't get a chance to swing the bat here. They've decided to put him on.
But normally you want the hitter to earn his way on base, but in this situation, the intentional walk is the right move.
That will bring a big opportunity to Jay Bruce. He hit into a double play his last time. Votto, he's on at first. Phillips leading off third. Slider swung on and missed. 0-1.
Well, this one here was no doubt about it. The late break on that slider. I mean, what a devastating pitch, and the hitter just couldn't catch up.
And that's a strike. Bruce is going to have to take a little defensive stance here.
He must not have eaten for a long time because he was hungry for this pitch. Problem was, it's a pretty good slider. You swing that hard at a slider, pretty good chances you're going to come up empty.
Well, he finished that one off with a strikeout. Nice pitch.
Breaking ball about 78 miles per hour on the radar gun.
That was not a good-looking swing on that pitch.
Well, good at bat starts with good swings, and bad at bats end with bad swings. I think he'd want that last swing back if he had the choice.
Scott Rowland. Lifetime of 221 off the Padres.
And it just seems like there's always that one team that you struggle against, and this happens to be the team for him.
Here's the pitch. Strike 2. Rowland. He'll have some problems here hitting with 2 strikes.
Well, the last thing you want to do when you're throwing a slider is to leave it out over the plate. This pitch was in an excellent location in on the hitter's hands.
Well, he was able to ring up that K, and he needed it, and it got him out of the inning. So they pick up no runs, 1 hit, and stranded.
Now batting for the San Diego
Leadoff hitter Orlando Hudson. Well, what types of pitches have been put in play here today? Here's a quick breakdown of exactly that.
Well, guys, his two-seam fastball has gotten hit twice, and at this point of the game, that may not mean a lot about that pitch.
You know, it's been touched a pair of times, but the way he's pitching, he looks to go deep in this game here, and no runs given up. Everything looks like it's working for him.
Strike 2, Cueto on the mound. He can waste a couple if he needs to.
Deep into the ball game, only 2 hits for this offense, and clearly they've been overmatched, Gary, in this one. And you know, they're going to have to try something. Try to lay down a bunt. Try to see if you can't wait him out, force him to throw more pitches, or get him out of the ballgame.
Able to set him down there. Chalk that one up as a strikeout for him.
Well, check out the movement on this on K-Cam. It clocks in at 85 miles per hour.
And we've got Bartlett batting. 0 for 2 thus far. Here's the pitch. Swings and misses the slider. 0-1. Here's the pitch. And with 2 strikes, Jason Bartlett now needs to protect.
You got the hitter down in the hole. You know he struggles with sliders when he's behind in the count. You got to throw him the slider.
Swing, a little line drive towards the middle. And the play made by Phillips.
Absolutely in the zone right now, finding a way to make the pitches when he needs to. I tell you, he's been able to change up his sequencing of pitching to keep the hitters off balance the entire way.
Swing and a line drive. That one's grabbed. Side retired.
Well, Gary's been a step ahead of the hitters the entire day. You gotta like his chances to close this one out with a shutout.
The shutout continuing.
Now batting for the Cincinnati
And if you
Reds.
just joined us, our broadcast of Major League Baseball on 2K Sports with John Kruk and Steve Phillips. I'm Gary Thorne. And we've got Stubbs here. He's going to lead off the home half of the 8th. And out on the mound, we've got Joe Thatcher as they make the pitching swap. Can't catch up with that swing and a miss, and it's now 0-2.
Well, just because he's a fastball hitter doesn't mean you can't throw him a fastball. Strength on strength right there, and the pitcher came out ahead.
It goes foul. Yet another foul ball. This is an at-bat that doesn't want to die for Stubbs.
Well, with the way we keep tracks of pitch counts right now,
Hits it on the ground. Alonso. And he'll step on the bag. That'll be the first out.
Cincinnati Reds. Left fielder, number 28.
And Heisey's got the bat ready to go. He was a strikeout victim last time through the lineup. This one is popped up to the left side out of play. And he fouls another one off. And he fouls off another one. Swing and a miss. Slider, 2 down.
For the Cincinnati
Well,
Reds.
2 strikes, you have to try to fight off this pitch. You have to think away and adjust in. They went away, but he couldn't make contact.
And we've got Hannigan here standing in. Perfect so far. 1 for 1 off Thatcher. Rocco at the plate. He'll be the pinch hitter.
With the bases empty, there's nobody to drive in. He has to get on base and hope the guys behind him in the lineup can come up big as well.
Big swing and a miss. Strike 1.
a lot of times when you try to overswing, a lot of times it slows your bat down. That's what happened here. That's why that two-seamer got by him.
On that one, eats him up. But he recovers in time, makes the play. Good work. And a good defensive half inning. 3 up, 3 down. Up next, it'll be the Padres.
Coming to bat for the San Diego
Leading it off is Will Venable. No hits for him in the ball game. He has struck out twice against Cueto.
Well, he struck out on the slider last time. I got to believe he's going to see a healthy diet of sliders during this at bat.
Well, he's looking for that pitch when he gets 2 strikes now. Already 4 guys have struggled and struck out against that pitch.
He delivers. Good arm action. Circle change, swung out and missed. 0-2.
They just have not been able to mount any offensive opportunities in this one. I mean, 2 runners left on base. We're in the 9th inning here, so this has been all about pitching.
Strike 3. And that's going to put him 2 outs away from a shutout.
He's really showing us some kind of performance here, Gary. If he can finish this inning out as strong as he started, he's got it.
So with 1 down, it'll be Chase Headley.
And Cueto is dominating this lineup, absolutely dominating. This kid's stuff is phenomenal.
Well, it's truly been a tremendous day on the mound for this man. Here's a breakdown of how he's been mixing up his locations, using that to his advantage.
Well, how can you complain about what this guy has done today? I mean, most of the game he's been locked in.
And, you know, in respect to how he's been mixing up his location, he's doing it enough to keep the hitters off balance and keep them guessing, wondering what's coming next.
It's hit foul by Headley. Cueto kicks and throws. Struck out another. 1 more, and he's got it done.
Great pitching here today, Gary. Looks like he might make it all the way. 1 more out. It's all they need for the shutout.
Cameron Maben gets to swing now. There are 2 away. Still without a hit yet in the game. He'll get another chance here. Here we go. Here's the first pitch. Strike 1. First pitch, a fastball. That's in there for a strike. That's a strike. That's going to take it to 0-2. Cameron Maben now. He'll get a little closer to the plate. Oh, tough one to lay off right there, that fastball. 1-2.
That two-seam fastball is such an effective pitch. 1, because it gets ground ball outs, but 2, it sets up his other pitches.
And that's a fly ball. That could do it. Bruce will field. Steve, that was one of the most outstanding pitching performances that we've seen in recent memory. With that final out, he's got a shutout.
Well, he didn't miss a spot the entire game. He had great defensive play behind him, a great all-around team effort. Well, they treated their hometown crowd to a phenomenal pitching performance in this one. A big win on the shoulders of their pitchers.
So the honors ready to be handled out. Our player of the game, a very deserving candidate. Terrific pitching, Johnny Cueto.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a more dominant display on the mound than what we saw today. He was mixing his pitches while changing speeds, but the thing you noticed, he didn't throw any pitches over the center of the plate. That's what made it so special. And when he needed it, he could get back and reach back and get that little bit extra when he needed that big out. Made it look easy out there today, Gary.
And we got to see a terrific performance out of their starter, and he was able to ride that one on to victory.
An outstanding effort. He had everything working today, the good stuff and location to shut down the opponent.
So glad you could join us. For Steve Phillips and John Kruk, I'm Gary Thorne. We'll see you real soon.